I got some tea to spill. Are y'all ready? Because I'm gonna tell y'all why I quit my job in 2 days. Let's go.
Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really know you.
Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to do a story time on why I quit my job after 2 days. Yes, you heard it, 2 days. Y'all got y'all tea? Cause we got some tea to spill. Yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna get into it. But before anything, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you can be notified every single time I post a video. And get comfy, cause we about to get into some things. Oh, and follow me on all social media platforms at the girl with a flower name. And let's get into it right now. Okay, so I'm on my couch, real comfortable. Y'all know when I'm on this couch, that's this the unemployment couch. So y'all already know what it is. So let's get into it. So I got a job back in July, right? I did my first interview July 2nd. They called me again to do another interview, and I had a job by July 9th. And you know what they say about them jobs that hire you fast or hire you on the spot? It's a reason. I now see why. So let's get into it. So I got the job. It was working at a school. It was a receptionist job. It was a for the time being job. It wasn't nothing long term. It wasn't going to be a forever career. It was just a for right now type of job, right? So basically they was telling me, like at the interview, oh, you're gonna have to deal with angry parents. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, because you know we're the first person that people see when they come in the building. The receptionist office is right there in the front, right? We're the people that unlock the door, we watch the cameras, so we're the people that the parents see. So a lot of times they will, you know, voice their frustration or be angry with us. But I now see why the parents would be angry. I'm gonna get into that later. But yeah, so I'm like, oh, okay, it shouldn't be too bad, whatever. So I get the job. Basically, I got the job offered to me Thursday. I was in my on-board meeting on Friday, and then they was like, oh, if you want the job, you have to sign the offer letter by Monday. That's a red flag right there, because they're rushing you, right? But I'm like, okay, because at the end of the day, I have no problem quitting. That was always in my mind. I'll quit this job. No tea, no shit, I have a degree. I didn't sign up to be no receptionist for the rest of my life, so I don't care. I'll quit this job at any given point. That was always in the back of my mind. I signed the offer letter and I was hesitant, like, I don't really know if I want this job. And I remember saying that on the way to my second interview, like, I really don't want this job. And this is why it's important to go with your gut, because I remember saying, I don't really want this job. I don't want to work here. First of all, the school was in the middle of nowhere. Literally, it was in the middle of nowhere. As soon as I got to school on the first day, no service, and the girl that was supposed to train me, she was like, oh yeah, there's no service back here. Excuse me, that sounds like a horror movie. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. There's no service. So I was like, okay, yeah, this is definitely not gonna be a long-term thing. I already had that in my mind, but I thought, yeah, this is not gonna be a forever thing. This is not gonna be long-term. I thought, yeah, I might make it a month. That was my intentions. I might make it a month here, maybe 2 weeks, but yeah, no. So I basically did my onboarding stuff. I had to do fingerprints. I had to pay for my own fingerprints. They do not reimburse you. That's red flag. But I'm like, you know what, Daisy, be grateful you have a job. You wanted a job. So I'm like, I'm trying to be grateful. I'm not trying to be like prudish. So I'm like, you know what, just be grateful. So I did my fingerprint. At the time I had other companies call me, so I was interviewing for other companies just in case. I was not putting all my eggs in one basket, because I knew that this was not going to be a long-term thing. So I knew, okay, I was already preparing my exit before I even entered. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to start July 29th. I didn't do my fingerprints till July 24th. I did that. I drug my fingerprints out for a reason. First of all, they didn't have no appointments, and then also I had to get a TB test for my job. They didn't have no appointments either. And that was God, because every time I went to make an appointment, they was like, oh, this person's not in, call next week. Maybe that was God telling me this job is not for you, because every appointment I went to make, it was like prolonged. So eventually I got the appointment. So I didn't do my fingerprints till July 24th. So I told her, like, hey, I didn't do my fingerprints till July 24th, so am I still going to start the 29th, or if not, when's my day? And she was like, as stated in the onboard meeting, you cannot start until your fingerprints are cleared. I'm like, oh, that's perfect for me, because I barely want to be here. So my start date was August 10th. So when I got the job, right, I remember the director telling me, like, okay, you got the job. You're going to be onboarding with let's call this girl Portia. You're gonna be onboarding with Portia, right? So you know when you come, you're gonna onboard with Portia. So I came Monday, I saw Portia. She like told me everything. The IT lady came down, they gave me my ID, they gave me a set of keys for the office door. They helped me log into like the systems and the portals that I was gonna be using or whatever, all those things, right? So the first day I'm there, right, they're like, it's gonna be so busy. All the employees are coming. When it comes to the office, they say, oh, welcome, you know, it's gonna be stressful and busy, but take it day by day. That's a red flag. I don't feel like that's appropriate, and I don't feel like that's something that should be coming out of anybody's mouth when somebody enters somewhere, like how stressed you're gonna be or how overwhelming it's gonna be. That's not your place to say something. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm a person that's like, let somebody figure something out on their own. That's not something that y'all should keep reiterating, like, it's gonna be stressful, you know, take your time, take it day by day. Everybody's saying that. Like, the guidance counselors that come to the office, the people that work in like HR, the people that work upstairs, they're all like, oh yeah, it's gonna be stressful, it's gonna be overwhelming, but take it day by day. Huh? Well, that's some way to greet people. That is some way to greet a new hire. I'm like, yeah, I've definitely. So now, remember I said, okay, I might make him here a month, I might make it 2 weeks. Now I'm realizing that 2 weeks went to a week. Like, I might make it to the end of the week and I'm not coming back, right? So that's what I have in my mind, right? So that's Monday. So Monday, I'm listening to the girl, Portia. She's like, oh, like she's on the phone, right? She's on FaceTime with a lady that I think used to work there, right? And she's like, and she even put me on the phone with her. She was like, oh, hi, how are you? She was like, it's gonna be stressful, but you know, take your time or whatever. And I'm thinking, damn, everybody keeps talking about how stressful it's gonna be. Nobody is saying anything nice about this place. So I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not lasting here. But as Portia's on the phone with this girl, I'm listening to her. She's like, oh yeah, I'm taking off next week. I won't be here next week. And then she's also like, oh yeah, the first day of school, I'm gonna be late. You know, my child's going to pre-K. And I'm listening to her. So I'm thinking to myself, right? All of these busy days, you keep thinking you're gonna be late or you're not gonna be here. So that means it's all gonna be on me. Mind you, the week that she wasn't gonna be into work, that week was orientation, book bag giveaway, and sports tryouts. So you think that you're gonna leave me on a week where it's so many events going on, and I'm new here. Mind you, she came to work Monday and then was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna be here Tuesday. Okay, so I see this is gonna be a thing, like where y'all think, oh, she's the new hire, we gonna get her in here and work the hell out of her. Not happening, babe. I would not be doing that. Like I said, this was a just for the time being type of job. This was never something permanent, but this is going to be extremely temporary based on how this is all going. And then I'm like, okay, so and then the first day of school, she's talking about, oh, I'm gonna be late, you know, my child has to go to pre-K. I'm listening to her on the phone like, okay, so this is gonna be a little MO. You think that when it's get busy around here or when there's something going on, you think you're gonna be late or you're not gonna be here. Y'all figure that out. So I knew in my mind, babe, I wasn't gonna be here anyway. I knew that. Like, the same week you think you're gonna be off, I plan on quitting. So don't even worry about it. Like, it wasn't gonna happen. So that's Monday, right? Then later Monday, a student comes up there. She's like a junior or senior because the school was from K through 12. So she's like a junior, senior, something. So whatever, the girl comes up there because she wants to talk about the extracurriculars I think that the seniors are gonna do in like senior planning and stuff. I do believe she was a senior, right? So she wants to talk to the director. The director's there. So mind you, the director don't want to be bothered. So they're like, oh yeah, she's in meetings all day. No, she's not. So they're lying to the student, telling her that, oh, the director's in meetings all day, right? So she's like, oh, okay, like, basically, I guess her and her little friend came up there to, you know, do, like, senior things. So eventually, they end up meeting staff. So I'm listening to Portia on the phone with the director. She's like, oh, yeah, the girl is coming back there. Close your door. Basically, close your door and, like, pull, like, your curtain down so that she thinks you're in a meeting, right? Straight lying to the girl, like, so you don't want to deal with the people, right? Also, when the people call, they call the office, right? And then you have to transfer. So Portia tells me like, oh yeah, when they call the person that they want to speak to and basically see if they even want to be bothered with the person, basically. So I'm thinking, so y'all want to sit in these big ass air conditioned office and do nothing. What they'll tell them is, oh, they're not here, email them, right? Then you had some parents come up there, right? During the 2 days I was there, and was like, oh, it was one lady. She came. This was Tuesday. Oh, hey, you know how, I don't know if you guys had to do this, but I had to do this growing up, summer reading. So at that school, I guess they had to do summer reading, math packets or whatever. So she's like, oh, can I speak to somebody? You know, she comes to the front office. She's like, can I speak to somebody about like my summer packets, my daughter's summer packets? So they're like, oh, you could email them. She's like, yeah, that's the thing. I've been emailing her for the last 2 or 3 weeks and nobody is answering. School starts in 2.5 weeks. She has to do her work. So nobody's answering. Nobody's answering the phone. Nobody's answering the emails. All right. So then basically I ended up calling the counselor. She came down and spoke to her. The conversation lasted about 10 minutes. But I'm seeing this like, okay, y'all are very unprofessional here. No wonder these parents are angry. Remember how I told y'all at the interview they were saying how these parents was angry and be like cursing around stuff? I see why these parents be angry, because y'all be ducking them. Y'all want to sit in these air-conditioned offices and y'all don't want to answer y'all emails. Y'all don't want to answer the phones. Y'all don't want to do nothing. That's why these people be cursing y'all out. People is not here to just give y'all free money. I get that people don't want to work, but people are not here to just give y'all free money and handouts. You have a job to do. Do your job, because you want us as the secretaries to run an interference and basically be like, oh, they're in meetings, or call them and see if you should even transfer the call to see if they want to be bothered. If not, tell them basically to email them. Then the parents is coming up there saying that like they're not answering their emails. So y'all not answering the emails, y'all not answering the phones, y'all just don't want to be bothered. Y'all just want to sit in these offices and get paid to do nothing. And I'm not gonna be getting in that. Them parents is not gonna be yelling at me, because I'm the type of person, I'm gonna tell on y'all. Like, I'm gonna tell on y'all quick, like, they're in here, they just don't want to deal with you. Because them parents ain't gonna be yelling at me, and I'm not gonna be creating a diversion because y'all don't want to answer the phones, y'all don't want to answer the emails, y'all just want to sit around all day and get paid to do nothing. Y'all not doing that. Y'all, now I will say this, the people there were really nice. Unprofessional, absolutely, but they were very nice. Nobody had a nasty attitude or nothing, but they were unprofessional. So I'm realizing like, oh, y'all real unprofessional. So yeah, that was the first day. That was, yeah, so basically the director didn't want to meet with the girl. That was the first day, right? So they're like, oh, act like you're in a meeting, act like you're not, you know, act like you're busy or whatever, close your door. And I'm like, wow, you're ducking the little girl. And the girl was only there for maybe like 10 minutes. She waited around longer for an employee to help her than she was in the building. At like 12 o'clock, the director comes down. She's like, oh, I'm leaving for the day. And she goes, oh, I won't be here tomorrow. So Portia tells her, oh, I won't be here tomorrow either. Why the director gonna say, oh, that's okay, Daisy's got it. It's my first day. What do you mean I barely got my login. I got what? So I'm like, oh yeah, y'all unprofessional. So I started then to be like, okay, yeah, I'm not coming back tomorrow. I thought that, but I'm like, you know what, Daisy, try to make it a week. You wanted a job, you know, try to make it a week. So I'm like, okay, yeah, y'all real unprofessional. So that was day 1, right? So day 2 comes, right? Portia's not there. So I forgot my login. I'm like, I forgot my login, right? I ended up figuring out, mind you, the other staff that I'm here with today, she does attendance, right? She's like an attendance clerk, so she does attendance. So she's being nice. She really doesn't have to help me. She's not a secretary. So when those phones was ringing, when those emails was coming through, they was coming through with me for the simple fact I'm the secretary. Like I'm the receptionist. I have to do all this stuff, and it's my second day. I barely remember my login. When these parents is coming and when they call in, I'm like, the director's not in and this person's not in, and then the other people that's there, they don't want to answer their phones. So I'm like, look, I'm gonna transfer you to them. If they answer, you can, you know, obviously speak to them. If not, basically you have to leave a voicemail or you're gonna email them, right? So I'm doing the best I can and I'm doing good, right? So as like, this is day 2, right? So now staff is still coming in. They're like, it's gonna be stressful, you know, this is only the beginning. Like, are you enjoying your piece? Like, because in a couple of weeks it's gonna be real stressful, you know, when the kids start back. And I'm like, oh yeah, I won't be here. Everybody just keep telling me that. Nobody has anything nice to say. I'm like, oh yeah, I won't be here long. That was that. Tuesday wasn't too bad. So I was vlogging, and if you guys saw in a vlog, I literally was like, I'm eating my fruit and I'm reading a book. So after that clip, why they called Portia, mind you, Portia's off of work, they called her and she calls the office. She's like, is this Daisy? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, were you filming? Because IT called me and they was like, she's filming and we have confidential information, and they was gonna call like the big director And I was like, oh yeah, I was filming during my lunch, like my 30-minute lunch. Mind you, the school's in the middle of nowhere. Where are you going? Even if you was to go out to lunch, by the time you get to like the main road and order your food, you have to come back because the school is in the middle of nowhere. So I'm like, so you eat, there's no lunchroom, there's no break room, you eat in the office. So I'm like, yeah, I'm eating. And I was recording myself, like eating or whatever. And I'm like, she's like, oh yeah, because they made a big deal. And I was like, let me call her and see what's going on. I was like, yeah, I was recording during my 30, like during my lunch break. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. I knew at that moment, yeah, y'all have finished yourself. That was the final straw. I'm quitting. I knew right then and there. That was like 12:30. I was like, oh yeah, I'm quitting. I'm not coming back. Yep, this is my last day. So I finished my day, and my thing is, okay, so IT, if y'all saw me on the camera, why y'all ain't come down to speak to me? Why y'all call a girl that's off of work today? Why y'all ain't say nothing to me? And two, it's my second day and y'all left me here. So now if I just sat in this chair and did nothing all day, I wouldn't be wrong, for the simple fact I'm barely trained. It's my second day here and nobody's here. The director that hired me is not here. The big boss, the other director, they always say, oh, he don't like to be bothered. He's the last person you would call. Y'all don't want to do nothing. What I'm seeing around here is a lot of y'all don't want to work. Y'all don't want to do nothing. Y'all don't want to answer your emails. Y'all don't want to answer your phones. Nothing. And mind you, by the time it's like 3:50, everybody is coming down to the main lobby and they're lined up by the time clock so they can punch out. So y'all just want to sit in these offices all day, do nothing, and then run out there at 3:59. They all in the lobby. By 4 o'clock, they're all punching out and they're ready to go. They're at their cars. By 4:01, they're all out the lot. They want to get out of there, like as if they worked so hard, as if they did so much. I literally am the one doing the calls, and a lot of y'all are not answering the phones. Y'all not doing emails. Y'all not doing nothing. And I'm watching the cameras. I can see the cameras. The hallways is empty. Y'all not doing nothing. Y'all not hanging up posters. Y'all not even decorating nothing. Y'all not doing nothing. Y'all just sitting in these offices all day being lazy. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm not dealing with that. Like, cause them parents is not gonna be, when school starts, them parents is not gonna be yelling at me or questioning me. Cause like I said, I'm gonna tell them, they're in here, they're being lazy. They don't want to answer the phone. Call their boss and get them in trouble. Cause I'm not gonna be creating a diversion, or I'm not gonna be running an interference because y'all lazy and y'all just wanna sit around and get paid to do nothing. Not on my time. Not with me around. Y'all not doing that with me. If I gotta be sitting here answering these phones, doing these emails, talking to these parents, y'all gonna be doing y'all job. If I'm doing my job, do your job. So I realized that y'all lazy. No wonder these parents be cursing y'all out. I'm on the parent side. No wonder these parents go off on y'all. When I got the job, like I said, the director that hired me, she was like, oh yeah, Portia's gonna onboard me. That lady was there that Monday, and Tuesday she took off. And then all the next week, she was planning on just not being there. I'm like, yeah, I'm not dealing with that. So nobody around here wants to work. And like I said, I'm listening to her on FaceTime like, oh yeah, I'm not going to be here next week. I'm going to be late on the first day of school. And there must have been an incident last year because they're like conjoined with other schools. So I guess, I don't know if they were short staffed at the other school. They basically pulled her to the other school. And she was like, oh, I went one day and I called out the next. So you're lazy. So anytime things are too busy or too hectic, that's what you think you're gonna do. You're gonna call out or be like, and that shit not falling on me, because I'll quit. So you know what, better yet, before y'all even get too comfortable, I'm realizing like, oh, y'all getting real comfortable around here. Y'all getting very comfortable. Like I said, even the director leaving 12 o'clock on the first day and being like, oh, I'm not coming tomorrow. And then the other girl, I'm not coming either. Oh, Daisy's got it. Y'all getting too comfortable. I quit. I quit so fast. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, I quit. They got on my nerves so quick. I'm not tolerating at all. Like, I don't tolerate nothing at all. If you get on my nerves, it goes left quick from there. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me the fuck off. So yeah, that's it. That's all. That's why I quit my job. That is why I quit my job after 2 days. Quick little story time. It wasn't too much to give y'all because I wasn't there too long. Now that I'm unemployed again, what videos y'all want to see, comment down below. Talk to me in the comments. I want to hear from y'all. I want to talk to y'all. I always say this. Comment down below. But yeah, I will see y'all in my next video, and leave y'all video requests down below, okay? Bye.